And the only reason that is that their race loyalty to you, who is 66% of y'all are not getting married, affects the women in the community.
Dwayne brought back a little souvenir that isn't that easy to get rid of.
Dwayne has a woman.
Is she Japanese?
Something I've come to realize as a content creator is that for many of us, we thought that what we saw on television was going to come to fruition. When we saw Dwayne with Keanu.
Dwayne has a woman.
Is she Japanese? Half Japanese, half black, 5'8", 119 pounds, long waist, no hips, hair in a bun, black, facial hair bleached, thin thighs, heavy ankles, no bust, and the rest is a blur.
We saw Whitley Gilbert, who was a character that was from a very wealthy family that was very prissy, say that I had to have my man. And it's not like Dwayne Wayne was the bee's knees. He was just a regular geeky dude.
So, you say you're in love with a loser?
No, Dwayne isn't a loser.
And this is what I think is so key about the fact that many of us are dealing with the after effects of, well, feeling lied to, is that just listen to the way not only Whitley speaks to Dwayne, but speaks about Dwayne.
He's kind and generous, and he has a brilliant future ahead of him.
Many of us were hoping to find this, and well, it's very difficult when you don't find someone that will talk about you the way that Whitley talks about Dwayne.
And he loves you?
Very much so.
I don't make breakfast for my husband. He wakes up at 5 in the morning. Do you think I'm waking up at 5 in the morning? I didn't choose a job that makes me wake up at 5 in the morning, so why do I have to wake up at 5 in the morning to feed you? You can make your own damn breakfast. I don't pack lunches for my husband because, again, like, what's that got to do with me?
I'm trying to.
People want to put all kinds of labels on this space, and maybe the intention wasn't pernicious, but if you were a young boy growing up and you were thinking, wow, when I have a relationship as a geeky guy like Dwayne, maybe I'm going to have a young Whitley Gilbert that's going to not just love on me, but talk to me a certain way. If you go back and watch the show, when Whitley is speaking to Dwayne, she would pout a little bit, but she was very dainty, she was girly, and she didn't yell at him. She pouted on occasion, but she spoke to Dwayne in a very loving manner. Even to the point where when she was trying to get him back, she dressed up as a maid to try and separate him from the girl that he was dating, Keanu.
Let me explain.
Whitley!
Hi, Nuki.
One reason this space is here is because many men are in this modern environment realizing that we were programmed wrong. We thought that if we did the right things, if we were nice enough, if we acted a certain way, we could get someone that would talk to us the way that Whitley talks to and about Dwayne. And what many men have found is that they're in an environment now where you do not hear women speak about us as black men in a very soft, caring way. Not on social media, you don't.
I need to say something because I've been seeing you all put this 85% of black men are married to black women stat in my comment section of the video. And I need to clear something up because you all are running this statistic into the ground incorrectly. This is true. 85% of black men are married to black women. Only 35% of y'all are married though. It's a percentage of a percentage. You all are not getting married. Actually, 51% of you all have never been married. And if we add the ones that are divorced, separated, and widowed, 66% of you all are walking around out here right now, not married to anyone. You all are perpetual bachelors.
I heard you two got married.
Yeah, we're married.
Congratulations. Ginger ale, please.
Okay.
Coming right up.
Thank you.
66% of you all are walking around out here right now, not married to anyone. You all are perpetual bachelors, and then have the nerve to look at black women and look at that data and say, look, they're the ones that are least to get married out of everyone. And the only reason that is that their race loyalty to you, who is 66% of y'all are not getting married, affects the women in the community. You all be using stats and data, not understanding the full picture. I need y'all to stop doing that.
Who is she supposed to be?
I'm your new housekeeper.
We could argue numbers and stats if we'd like to, but I think what's more important is her tone of voice. She is speaking to her presumed black male audience in a way that a mother would scold her son that had broken a toy or wasn't sitting still in church or something of that nature. Her tone of voice is essentially, you're bad, 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 how dare you, you need to get back in line. And it's one thing if you were raised in a way to accept this, and maybe you either would get used to it or you would decide to go away from it. But what if you grew up thinking that maybe if I were the guy that did enough hard work or just did what I was supposed to do, I could get someone that would talk to me the way that Whitley's talked to Dwayne. And then you get to a certain point where maybe even you get in a relationship or you're hoping against hope. Maybe this is the relationship that's going to give me what I saw on television, what I was hoping for all of these years. And then in your first argument or your last argument, you're hearing this. It could break your heart.
Why does my wife have to work on Christmas Eve?
So your wife can buy you a Christmas present.
In my longevity in living on this planet and having lived my life in two halves, both in two very different countries, there are commonalities. And one of the things I've come to understand is that when someone cares about you or sees you as someone that is worthy of respect, there's a certain way that on average they're going to speak to you and about you. And if someone doesn't respect you or they don't like you very much, that way of them speaking to or about you is going to be representative of that. And so when you hear many of these TikToks, they don't jive necessarily with the ideas that many of us saw on television growing up. And so it could be very difficult for a guy who's very close to thinking he has his own Whitley Gilbert, only to see her fall back to that default that is everywhere else. And this has many guys thinking what Jeff is talking about here.
I've seen so many guys say this. These are not our women. And I think that's when I say that, that doesn't mean I can't care about them or work with like-minded women who are open and still wanting to work with us.
True.
But this is the CIA's women.
True.
This is corporate America's women. This is HBCU
True.
like women. This is Hollywood and social media and Instagram's women. This is not our women until their behaviors show otherwise.
True.
All right. So there's too many other. This is the Democrat Party's women.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm basically getting at, man, is unless the woman in front of you shows and demonstrates that she's on your team, we have to assume that she's kind of on the side of, I'm going to go with whatever's trending right now.
That is a very potent point, because when we hear talk about the election, it's not about what kind of things are important to you and what can we do to get you to want to vote for us or with our agenda as black men voting with black women. It's, you're a black man and this is the way you're supposed to vote. You didn't vote the right way. And you hear the same tone of voice that we heard earlier in this video. And I'm not talking about just the regular guys. I'm talking about the rich guys. They get the same energy.
Last week you went viral because you said, and we can say this, as a wealthy man, we're going to roll it.
Right.
You'd need to access your girlfriend at all times.
Why not?
Let's take a look.
Why not? Ladies, if you got your career and all that, I'm happy for you, right? And that's cool. But I'm going to need you in the most inconvenient times in your life. And when you tell me, baby, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon, I got a surgery tomorrow, I need you right now.
However you feel about Rick Ross, he is a businessman and he's worth well over $150 million. And so when he is on a panel, like any person that is speaking about what he wants from a woman, you might think that he would get a certain level of respect. You'd think that as a rich man that has worked very hard to get to where he is and continues to do so, that he has just as much right to say what I'd like from a woman is the same as a woman on a dating app saying, I need a guy that is 6 foot tall, makes $150,000 a year, and he has 6-pack abs, or the other 6 that you might want to think about. But Here you can see the open disdain for the fact that he has any standards at all. And it's apparent in the immediate reaction.
Baby, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon. I got a surgery tomorrow. I need you right now.
I want to take these cards and throw them your way. Yeah, because what you're saying is neither one of us would do.
So what's wrong with my soul? I can't say my dreams out loud. I can't
most definitely you can.
But I got to do it on your plane.
No.
Chanel, thank you for telling him and throwing the cards. Needy men are not it in 2026. Chanel had the perfect response. There is nothing cute or funny about this.
I want to take these cards and throw them your way.
She slapped me, so I slapped her back. That's what some men are being taught, even by their mothers. If somebody hits you, you hit them back. So, grown-ass men, this is a question to you. Is that how you feel? If a woman slap you, should you slap her back?
I can understand why some people say that social media is a gift and a curse, because we end up having these kinds of conversations, and even though they may seem off the rails, it does give us the gift of the engagement that these kinds of conversations elicit. Instead of having the conversation about what should a man do after a woman hits him, why aren't we having the conversation of why is a woman hitting a man that she cares about in the first place? And then it goes back to the simple premise of the video earlier. Women that love the men that they're with don't hit them. They don't talk to them a certain way. And there's just an overall kind of affection that those women have for that man, even when he's down.
I believe in you, Dwayne.
Still?
Always.
One of the cruelest tricks that I believe that the positive black love television played on many young men was believing that you as a regular hardworking tax-paying man could get someone to fall in love with you because you were a good person, that just being decent, a regular blue-collar worker type of person would be enough for you to find a Whitley Gilbert or someone that saw you the same way that Whitley saw Dwayne. And the truth of the matter is the stats just don't bear that out. Average blue collar, even white collar black men that aren't super tall, aren't super athletic, or don't look a certain way are not really getting the kind of outcomes. And it can't simply be because all black men are bad, because only recently we have groups of black men going to other places and finding just that. I don't want to make the point of this video the fact that they're quote unquote not our women. More so, I want to speak about the simple fact that many young black men grew up with the idea, if I'm good enough a guy, if I'm nice enough, if I'm emotionally present, if I do all these things I was told I was supposed to, then I could have someone like Whitley. I mean, people are going to say the light skin thing, but I don't even think it's that. It's just seeing someone believe and care about Dwayne the way that she did. You imagine one day you can have that. And the heartbreaking thing about all of this, and there's someone that's in our space that I believe is going through this, is what happens when you feel like you're right on the cusp of that you've almost locked down your Whitley Gilbert, and then you see it disappear. How do you deal with the fact that you thought that you were going to have that thing that you've always wanted, that thing that you longed for, what you saw on television, what you heard about in the songs, and then one day the switch gets clicked, and she sounds the same way that every other young lady on social media sounds when she's talking about black men. That is true heartbreak. And many of us are just now learning how to deal with that. The fact that if a woman loves you, you know it. When she cares about you, you know it. When she wants the best for you, you know it. And it doesn't sound like what we hear on social media every day. And so I'm not telling people to say that they're not our women or that they are our women. I'm just simply saying, look at the behavior. Are they speaking the same way when they speak to other men, when they are at work, when they're around men that they respect? Are they throwing cards at them? Are they hitting them? If not, then my experience on this earth is telling me that means that they feel differently about those men that the men that they're throwing things at, talking badly to and about, and hitting on. I don't think you need any kind of argument from me because the proof is in the pudding. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.